Okay, this is my second attempt at making the video because I was rudely interrupted the first time. Anyway, so the first one, this is the Sunday one, so the first one is number 9. And number 9, let's see. So there's no distributive property, but you need to combine some like terms because we can't make the story yet. So let me combine 7n minus 4n is 3n equals 15. So this is a very simple one-step equation, which if you like to make that story, you have your variable n, which is being multiplied by 3, equals 15. Going backwards, you're going to divide by 3, and you get 5. So again, draw your line if you want to. And it says divide by 3 on this side, so I'm going to divide by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, I get n left over, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. To do your check, 7n minus 4n equals 15. I'm going to replace the n with 5, so it's 7 times 5 minus 4 times 5 equals 15. 7 times 5 is 35. 4 times 5 is 20. And you can tell that 35 minus 20 is indeed 15, so we have a correct answer. So that's 9, and then the second one was 8. So for number 8 here, again, distributed property, no. Combine like terms, yes. I can combine a few things. So remember, there's two sides to it. So on the right side, I'm going to combine the negative 3 plus 7. Negative 3 plus 7, there's more positives, so it's going to be positive 4. So I'm going to rewrite this. Rewrite this as negative 10 equals 7x positive 4 plus 4. Now I can do a story. And I have a variable x, which is being multiplied by 7 and then added 4. That all gives me negative 10. Going backwards, I do minus 4, divide by 7. And that's going to give me an answer, right? So negative 10 and negative 4 is negative 14. Negative 14 divided by 7 is going to be negative 2. So let's see if that really works out. Plus 4. Plus 4. Oops, sorry, not plus 4. Minus 4. Minus 4 minus 4. These two become 0. 7x comes down, and negative 10 minus 4 is the same thing as negative 10 plus negative 4, and that gives us negative 14. We are going to divide both sides by 7. Right? 7 divided by 7 is just x, and the negative divided by positive is negative 2. So our answer is negative 2, which matches what we had here early in the beginning. Check. Negative 10 equals 7x minus 3 plus 7. I'm going to substitute. Negative 10. 7 times negative 2 in this case. Let me change colors. Minus 3 plus 7. So negative 7 and 7 and negative 2 is negative 14. And minus 3 plus 7. So again, notice that on the left there's not much to do. Negative 14 and negative 3 is the same thing as negative 14 plus negative 3. That gives us negative 17 plus 7. And negative 17 plus 7 is indeed negative 10. So I don't even need that extra line. Check, check. That's number 8. Next one is number 19. 19, again, there's no distributive property, but they're definitely combining like terms. So I can combine 2 with a 7 and then negative 4, right? So I get negative 6n. And if I combine 2 plus 7 minus 4, 2 and 7 is 9, minus 4 equals 5. So I get positive 5. Negative 6n plus 5 equals negative 3n plus 5 on the other side. No story yet. We can we combine like terms. We can now we have a problem where I have a variable on both sides, so I have to take one of these two out. Doesn't really matter which one you take, so I like to take the smaller one. Opposite of negative 3n is plus 3n, so I'm going to do plus 3n on this side. These two go bye-bye. I got 5 left over. Negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3n plus 5. Now, if you like, I can do the story. I get a variable n, which is being multiplied by negative 3, and then added 5, and that also gives you 5. Going backwards, I'm going to do minus 5, and then divide it by negative 3. 5 minus 5 is 0, and 0 divided by negative 3 is just 0. So let's see how that works out. So here's my story again. First thing I have to do is minus 5, so minus 5 here, minus 5 here. 5 minus 5 is 0. That's 0 I need to write down. These two, I don't. So negative 3n comes out. Second thing I'm told to do is divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. Negative 3 and negative 3 becomes positive, and n equals 0 divided by negative 3 is just 0. Let's see if that works. It's nice for the check, because when it's 0, it makes life super easy. 2 plus 7 minus 6 times 0 minus 4 equals negative 3 times 0 plus 5. So 2 plus 7 is 9. 6 times 0 is 0, and minus 4 equals 3 times 0, negative 3 times 0 is 0, plus 5. 0 plus 5 is 5, so that's easy. 9 minus 0 is 0. No, sorry, 9 minus 0 is 9, and 9 minus 4 is 5. So, check, check. That's number 19. We're doing Sunday, by the way, right? Sunday is 10. So, number 14 is next. So 14, you get, again, no distributive property, which should be the first thing you do. No. Combine like terms, yes. So if you look at this side over here, I can combine the 8 and the negative 4. 8 minus 4 is 4, so I get 4 plus 7p. On this side, 4 plus 4p I cannot combine because they're not like terms. There is a variable on each side, so I want to get rid of one of them. So I'm going to put a 1 here, just so that you remember there's a 1 in there. I'm going to get rid of that one. So I'm going to do minus 1p here, minus 1p here. 1p and minus 1p gives you 0. 4 comes down. Here I have 4. 7 minus 1 is 6, plus 6p. So I get 4 plus 6p equals 4. I can definitely write a little story now. Variable p is being multiplied to 6, added 4, which gives you 4. Going backward is minus 4 divided by 6. 4 minus 4 is 0 again, and 0 divided by 6, so we have another question that gives you an answer of 0. So yes, James. So it's going to be, so we have to do minus 4 here, minus 4 here. Let me draw the line in the middle. These go 0. 6p comes down. 4 minus 4 is 0. Check. Gonna have to now divide by 6. Divide by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1, or just p. And 0 divided by 6 is 0. Let's check. 4 plus 7. Sorry. So on top here, you got 8 plus 7 times 0 minus 4 equals 4. Plus 4 times 0. You have to check if that works. 8 plus 7 times 0 is 0. Minus 4 equals 4 plus 4 times 0 is 0. 8 plus 0 is 0. And then 8 minus 4 is 4, which equals 4 plus 0, which is 4. So that works out nicely. So I think I just did perhaps 14. We're moving to 21. So now 21 looks a little bit more complete in terms of all the steps that you have to do. So first thing is a distributive property. Careful with your signs. Negative times a positive is a negative. Negative times a positive is a negative. Again, 6 times 8 is 48m equals negative 366. We can do our story. We have a variable m, which is being times negative 48 minus 30, which gives you negative 366. So we're going to do plus 30 and then divide by negative 48. So let's see how that works. plus 30. Plus 30. These go out. Negative 48m comes down. Negative 366 plus 30. You obviously know that there's more negatives, so it's going to be negative 336. Check. We now have to divide both sides by negative 48. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. I have m left over. And negative 36 is 48. It's going to be 7. 7 times 6 is 56. Carry the 5. 4 times 7 is 28. Plus 5 is 336. So m equals 7. Check. Negative 6, 5 plus 8 times 7, and that should all equal to negative 366. Let's see if that's true. Negative 6. Inside the parentheses, I have 8 times 7, which is 56, right? And 5 plus 56 is 61, equals negative 366. Negative 6 times a positive is going to be a negative, so far we're good. And 6 times 61 is indeed 366. That was 21, and then we have to do 28. 28 is the same. Now you're looking at distributive property. Negative 132 equals negative times a positive is a negative. Negative times a negative is going to be positive. Our story looks like this. Variable p multiplied by negative 18 plus 12 equals negative 132. So this side reflects our equation here. Going backwards, I'm going to do minus 12 and then divide by negative 18. So let's follow our steps. See if it works. Minus 12 over here, minus 12 over here. These go out. Negative 18p comes down. Negative 132 minus 112 is the same thing as negative 132 plus negative 12, and that's going to give us negative 144. Check. Divide both sides by negative 18. Negative divided by negative is a positive, so I have my variable, which is a positive. And negative 144 divided by negative 18 is a positive, and 144, so 18 times 8. 8 times 64, carry the 6, yep, 144. So that is going to give you positive 18. Check. Negative 132 equals negative 6, 3 times 18 minus 2. Inside the parentheses, 3 times 18 is 54. I'm going to subtract 2. Negative 6, and then 54 minus 2 is 52. Negative times a positive is a negative, and then I multiply 6 times 52. 6 times 2 is 12, carry 1. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 1, 312. Uh-oh. 3 times 18 is 54, minus 2 is 52. What did I do wrong? So good, there is, oh, no. Something's wrong. Let's do it again. Negative 132 equals negative 18p plus 12. Okay. If you do your story, you're going to do minus 12 here, minus 12 here. Which so far it's the same thing. Negative 18p, because these will go out. This is still negative 144. Divide both sides by negative 18. P equals, and it's 18 times 6 times 8, really 144? 8 times 8 is 64, carry the 6, 8 times 8 is 8, plus 6 is 144, so it is 8. P equals 8. What did I write before? So it's 8. Negative 132 equals negative 6. 3 times 8 minus 2. 3 times 8 is 24, minus 2 is 22. That's better. Negative 132 equals, and negative 6 times a positive 22 is a negative, and 22 times 6, 12, 1, 12 again, 132. It is 132. That was 28. Now I'm on 33. So 33, distributed property first. That's 5 times 5e is 25e. 5 positive times a negative is a negative. Equals negative 25 plus 5e. So distributed property, check. Combine like terms, nothing to combine, check. Next one is there a variable on each side? Yes, and there is. There's a v here and there's a v here. One of those two have to go out. So let's take out this guy. Minus 5v on that side. I'm going to do minus 5v on this side. These two are out. So I'm left over with negative 25. 25v minus 5v is 20v minus 25. Now I can restore it. I have a variable v being multiplied by 20. Subtract 25. That gives me negative 25. Going backwards, I'm going to do plus 25. Divide by 20, that's going to give me some answer. And it looks like it's going to be 0. Right, because negative 25 plus 25 is 0, and 0 divided by 20 is 0. So I've got a 0, 0. So let's follow the instructions. Plus 25, plus 25. I have 20v left over. This is 0. Divide by 20, divide by 20, and I get that my v equals 0. Check. On one hand, my check is going to be super easy. So 5, inside the parentheses, 5 times 0 is 0, and 0 minus 5 is negative 5. On this side, negative 25, plus 5 times 0 is just 0, so I'm not even going to write that, right, because that becomes 0. Positive 5 and negative 5 is negative 25, and that gives me negative 25 on that side. And we're good. This question. 33. Now we have to do 34. Distributive property comes first, and negative 1. Positive times a positive is a positive. 5 times 3 is 15x. Positive times another positive is positive, so I get 20. Equals negative 31 plus 5x. Distributive property. Check. Combine like terms. Yes, I can. I can combine this guy with this guy. If you take those two apart, there's negative 21 plus 20. There's more positives, so it's going to be 19, right? So I can write 15x, that's a positive, plus 19, equals negative 31 plus 5x. Variables. There's one on each side, so one of them has to go. Let's take out this guy. Change colors. Minus 5x on this side. Divide this. Minus 5x on that side. These two are out. Negative 31 comes down. 15x minus 5x is 10x plus 19. Now it's a two-step equation which you can make a story. Variable x multiplied by 10 plus 19 gives you negative 31. I'm going to do minus 9 and then divide by 10. Negative 31 minus 9 is negative 40, and negative 40 divided by 10 is going to be negative 4. Let's see how that works. So first thing I do is minus 19. Sorry, minus 19. Oh, that should have been 19. There's going to be a few changes over here. So minus 19, minus 19. Right? So there should have been 19 over there. These two are out. 10x left over. Negative 31 minus 19, they're both negative, so it's going to be 50. Divide by 10. Divide by 10. And x is going to be negative times divided by positive and negative, negative 5. Substitute. I'm going to erase this. I'm going to substitute right here. Negative. So it's -1 plus 5 times 3 times -5 plus 4 equals -31 plus 5 times -5. Order of operations. -1 is still not doing anything. So inside the parentheses, I got 3 times -5, which is -15. And -15 plus 4 is -11. Equals -31 plus, no, well, before I do that, they're multiplying here. So let me take this guy out. We're multiplying a positive times a negative, and that gives me a -25. Yeah. -1, positive times a negative is a negative, and 5 times 11 is 55. -31, this becomes -31 plus -25, which gives you, they're both negatives, -56. And same thing here, -1 plus -55, they're both negatives, and they get -56. That's 34. 34. Yeah, 2 more. 49 is next. Distributed property, negative times a negative is a positive. Negative times a negative is another positive. Negative times a positive is a negative 2p. And negative times a positive gives you -4. Distributed property, check. Combine like terms, check, because there's nothing to do. Variables on each side, yes there is. So let's eliminate one of them. Let's get rid of the 2p. So I put plus 2p on this side. And I have to do plus 2p on this side. These two become 0, and -4 is the only thing left over. On this side I get 6p plus 14, which I now can make a little story. I have my variable p, which is being multiplied by 6, add 14, gives me -4. Going backwards, I have to do -14 and then divide by 6. What's wrong here? -14 and, oh, -4 and -14 is -18. -18 divided by 6 will give me -3. So again, if you can't get to this point, that's okay. Just make sure you have this one and this one, because that's going to tell you what to do here. So we have to do -14, so let's divide our equation into 2 sides. -14, -14. These go out, 6p comes out. -4 and -14 is -18. Divide by 6, divide by 6. P equals -3, which is the same thing we had here. So let's do our check. -2 times -2 times -3, right? -7, close parentheses, equals -2 times -3 plus 2. Order of operations, so this -2 is going to wait a little bit. Multiply these two. 2 times 3 is negative times a negative, so that gives me a 6. So that's going to give me 6 positive -7. -2 stays. -6 minus 7 is -1. Positive times a positive. Negative times a negative is a positive, so I get 2. Let's do the other side. Hopefully it equals 2. This stays out for a little bit. -3 plus 2 is -1, because there's more negatives, right? Multiply negative times a negative gives me 2. 2 times 1 is 2, and you know that equals the other side. And I think we have one more question, which is 46. Right, so 46 has a little bit of everything. Distributed property, combine like terms, eliminate a variable on each side, and then the 2-step equations. Okay. Yes. Last question is number 46. So 46, let's start with distributed property, because that's what you should do first, right? So you get 12x plus 54 equals negative 8x, which is going to wait. Now apply the distributive property. Negative 4 and negative 5 is positive 20x. Negative 4 and positive 2 is negative 8. So distributive property, check. Combine like terms, yes I can. Not on this side, that stays. But on the other side, on the right side, I can combine these two. Negative 8 plus 20, there's more positive, so that's going to be 12x. And then minus 8. Now we got to a little problem that we haven't seen before. We have 12x and we have 12x. They're both positives, first of all. And if you eliminate, let's see what happens. Take away, let's say you want to eliminate this guy right here. You're going to do minus 12x, and you're going to get minus 12x here. These two become 0. 54 comes down. And guess what happens here? That also becomes 0. So now you have a constant on one side and a constant on the other side. You got 54 is negative 8, which is not true. 54 does not equal negative 8. So for this particular problem, once you get to this part, you simply have to say that this equation has no solution. There is not a value, okay, that we can find x. There's no number we can replace the x by so that the left side equals the right side. Okay, because it's just not going to happen. Nothing, no number in the world, replace in the place of x will make this equation true. So this equation truly has no solution. Okay, and that's that for your Sunday part. I guess I'm missing the Monday, which is today, and I'll do it later on.